What's up, family? Welcome to another video. Do a favor for me. Can you hit that like button? Hit the likes up. And can you please subscribe to my channel? I would definitely really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I definitely appreciate it. I got a real special video I like to talk about. I did not know there's so many men, especially older men, that goes to Thailand and they get scammed. This is a story about a tourist and an expat that moved to Thailand, and he got scammed out of $55,000. And this happens all the time. I don't know what's going on with these tourists and these expats and these people that travel abroad, but they're letting these women just walk all over them. And I'm not here to penalize this guy or talk about him or say anything negative about him, but he's going to give a story about what happened to him. And he had this false belief what he thought that was going to happen to him when he retired in Thailand. And this happens not only in Thailand, but this happened in the Philippines too. I'm going to do one in the Philippines. There was a guy that actually went through $100,000. And these are retirees. These are retirees that leave the States or leave Europe, and they come to Pattaya, or they come to Bangkok, and they come to these countries, even Brazil, and think it's going to be, a fairy tale retirement, but it end up turning into a nightmare. But I'm going to let this guy tell his story, and then I'm going to do a commentary as the video goes on.
Or maybe someone out there needs to hear this before they make the same damn mistakes I did. Name's Dave, just turned 70. If you'd asked me 10 years ago where I'd be right now, I would have told you I'd be retired in Thailand, cold beer in my hand, feet up, maybe with a sweet little Thai woman keeping me company. And for a while, that's exactly what it was. Felt like I was living the dream. Now, I'm living in a tiny fan room in Pattaya. The mattress is so thin my back feels worse than it did after 40 years driving forklifts. My bank account's just about empty. My kid won't talk to me. And every morning I wake up wondering how the hell I let it all go to hell. So here it is, my story. No bullshit. I worked warehouse jobs most of my life. Forklifts, loading docks, you name it. Ohio born and raised. My wife passed away back in 2009, breast cancer. After that, life just got quiet. Too quiet. My son moved out west, started a family of...
And you know what, there's something else I want to tell you too. Older men, women and men really, between the age of 40 to 70 are the highest victims of scams because of loneliness. And that's what caused this guy to get scammed.
Of his own. We talk sometimes, but not like before. Retirement came and hit me like a brick. You think you'll love all that free time, but the truth is, when there's no one around, it gets dark real fast. Days blend together. Same recliner, same TV shows, same microwave dinners. Then I started seeing stuff online. Guys living in Thailand. Retired early. Beaches, good food, women who actually smile at you. Some guys said they were living like kings on just their social security. I thought, why not me? I sold the house. It wasn't much, but it gave me a little cushion. Took what I had in savings, cashed out an old IRA, and booked a one-way flight to Bangkok. When I landed, man, I swear
And what they don't understand, they give up everything. They sell their house. They pull out their retirement. They they just really just go out there just blindly, and they don't do no research at all.
I felt 20 years younger. The smells, the heat, the people. It was like waking up after being asleep for years. Everything felt new again. I remember riding in the back of a taxi with the windows down, grinning like an idiot. That feeling didn't last forever, but God, I wish it had. I hit the ground running. Checked into a mid-range hotel in Bangkok, nothing fancy, just clean and quiet. The first week I wandered around like a kid in a candy store, temples, markets, street food that cost $1 and tasted better than anything I ever had back home. Everyone smiled at me. Tuk-tuk drivers called me boss. Girls at the 7-Eleven giggled when I tried to pronounce Thai words. Hell, I even liked the heat. I felt alive again. After a few nights I started hitting up the bars on Sukhumvit. Not the go-go joints, not at first, just regular bars where a guy could grab a beer and talk to people. That's where I met an older guy from Texas named Ron. Looked like Santa Claus if Santa had done 2 tours in Nam and drank nothing but Leo. He told me, Bangkok's fun, but too damn loud. You want the real retirement life? Go down to Pattaya. Cheap rent, beaches, friendly ladies, and a hell of a lot easier on the wallet. I asked him if it was dangerous. He laughed and said, dangerous? Not unless you fall in love. I should have paid more attention to that part. A few days later I took a minivan south and landed in Pattaya. Now that was a shock. Beach on one side, bars on the other. Neon everywhere. You couldn't walk 10 feet without a girl saying, hello, handsome. I rented a room month to month down in Jomtien, about a 10-minute ride from the madness of Walking Street. It ran me around $250 a month. Clean, quiet, decent little balcony, fridge, fan, all I needed. I thought I'd landed in paradise. Mornings were slow, coffee from the street cart, stroll along the beach, maybe a chat with the old German guy who ran the tiny bar downstairs. Afternoons I'd read, maybe catch a breeze on the balcony. And yeah, I started dating a bit, nothing serious at first. Some bar girls, some freelancers. Most of them just wanted a drink and a little cash. I didn't mind. I was lonely, and they were company. But then I met her, and that's when everything changed. Her name was Nin. I wasn't looking for anything serious when I met her.
Okay, here it goes. That's when things start getting interesting. And watch what she does. These women are very calculating. They know how to zoom in on your loneliness. Yeah, some people are that manipulative. They can spot and see a lonely person. Just watch what she does.
Hell, I didn't think women like her even looked twice at guys like me. She wasn't dressed up like the bar girls. No thick makeup, no fake smiles. Just simple jeans, a light blouse, and that soft look in her eyes, like she saw right through me, but didn't judge. I first saw her outside a small massage shop on a side street near my place. She was sitting out front on a little plastic stool, sipping iced tea and scrolling her phone. She smiled and nodded as I walked by. I nodded back, didn't think much of it. Next day, same smile. Day after that, I finally said, "Hey." She laughed, said, "You walk by every day but never talk." Her English wasn't perfect, but it was better than my Thai. I ended up going in for a massage. Nothing shady. It was a legit place. If you want Thai food, I can cook.
And I know this is another tactic that they use. They stroke your ego. That's the first thing that she does. She strokes his ego, and that's the hook. That's how they get you in. They keep stroking your ego, tell you how nice you look, how handsome you look. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that you don't get that type of attention in the States. They know that. Foreign women know that. And they go right for the weak spot.
Started seeing each other more. She'd come by in the evening, bring home cooked meals, sit with me on the balcony while we drank Leo and talked about life. She told me about her family, a niece she was helping raise, a mother with bad kidneys up in Buriram. She never once asked for money, not a single bat. And that's what hooked me. I thought, finally, someone real. I remember one night I told her, "You're different than the others." She smiled and touched my hand. "Maybe because I like you, not for money." God help me.
That's what they do. That's what they do. She's playing him like a fiddler. Yeah, that's what they do. At first, they may not ask for any money. You know what I'm saying? Because she don't want to come up as a gold digger. And she's stroking that ego again. It's like, oh, I don't want no money. I'm not in this relationship for no money. That's how it starts off.
Yeah, I believed her. She started sleeping over more, even cleaned up the place, cooked breakfast, asked how I slept. It felt real. Like I had a partner again. Like I wasn't just some old guy waiting.
You know what? I noticed that they asked that same question. How did you sleep tonight? A lot of foreign women ask that question. How did you sleep tonight? The ones from the Philippines, the ones from Colombia, the ones from Thailand. They always do that. I noticed that.
Wasting time in a foreign country. I should have been smarter. I should have remembered where I was. But at that point, I was already too far in. After a couple months, it just felt natural having Nin around. I'd wake up and she'd already be in the kitchen, barefoot, hair tied up, frying eggs like she owned the place. Her dad left when she was young. Mum worked in a factory until her health gave out. Nin had been working since she was 16. Massage, cleaning houses, sometime in a karaoke bar. She said she never wanted to marry a Thai man, said they drank too much, hit too much. She looked me dead in the eyes and said, "You are kind, man. You listen. I feel safe with you." Man, that hit me right in the chest. Things got closer after that. I started covering more, her phone plan, a new dress here and there.
Okay, here we go.
Then one day she came over quiet, looking stressed. I asked what was wrong.
Here come the crisis again. I told you guys about that. They always give you the crisis. Just wait. It may not happen the first week. It may not even happen the second or the third week. But they're going to hit you with that crisis call. This happens every single time. They hit you with that crisis call.
She hesitated, then said her mum's medicine was too expensive this month and she didn't have enough. It wasn't a demand. She didn't cry or guilt trip me. Just looked embarrassed, like asking made her feel small. So I offered to help. What's a couple thousand baht, right? A few weeks later, it was her niece's school uniform. Then a dental bill. A broken phone. Nothing big.
Here we go.
Never more than $100 here, $100 there. She never asked twice, never pushed. Just mentioned it and I filled the gap. Because that's what a partner does, right? You help the person you love. And make no mistake, I thought I loved her. I really did. We talked about the future. She'd drop hints about moving out of the hotel room and finding a real place together.
You talk about you love her, but they don't love you. They do not love you. You are rated as a 0. They rate you as a 0. I'm not saying all women in Thailand are this way. No, they're not. I'm not saying they are. I'm sure there's some good ones in there. But 9 times out of 10, Thailand is not a paradise. That you're going to come down, settle down with a Thai girl, and live happily ever after.
A house with a little garden. Maybe get a dog. She even joked about putting a small noodle cart on the street and cooking for tourists.
Talk about getting a house.
I started to believe it, all of it. I thought I'd found something solid, a second chance, a reason to wake up in the morning. But look.
So what she's doing is she's talking him into buying a house. She's talking him into buying a house. That should have been a red flag right there.
Looking back now, that was the hook. She had me right where she wanted me. It was sometime around month 8 when Nin brought up the idea of getting a place together. We were sitting at this little roadside spot, eating some tam and grilled chicken, sweating through our shirts. She looked over and said, "Why we live in hotel room like tourist? We not tourist anymore, right?" She smiled, then laughed. "I want real house, with you, like home." And damn it, that hit me hard. I hadn't heard the word home in years, not since my wife died. I'd been thinking about it too, to be honest. I hated flushing money down the drain every month for a rental. Felt stupid. I had cash in the bank, no real bills, and this woman who made me feel like I had a future again. We started looking. Nothing fancy, just something simple, quiet, outside the madness of central Pattaya. Found a little townhouse about 20 minutes out near a small local market.
Oh,
2
I like
bedrooms,
this one.
little front gate, tiled floor, enough space for a sofa and a TV. She lit up when we saw it. "I love this," she said. "We can make this ours." The price wasn't bad, around 1.8 million baht, which is what, 55,000 USD?
Wow.
I could afford it. No,
$55,000. 55 US dollars for them to purchase this house. Okay, just watch this, it gets even crazy.
no problem. Paid cash up front.
So he's gonna pay
That's
cash.
when the paperwork talk started.
Uh-oh, here we go.
She sat me down one night and said, "I check already. Farang cannot own land in Thailand. Only Thai. But it okay.
That's crazy. That's what he should have ran. I ain't gonna give you no $55,000. And he was told that foreigners cannot own property in Thailand. But she was convincing him to put the house in her name. You are out of your monkey ass mind to think that I'm gonna turn over $55,000 to somebody that I don't even know.
I put in my name. We live together. I never leave you." I looked it up. She wasn't lying. Foreigners can't own land here, only condos, and this wasn't a condo. It was a townhouse with a bit of dirt out front. I hesitated. Of course I did. I even told her, "What if something happens? What if we break up?"
That's
She didn't
where
get
he should have
angry.
left.
Just looked hurt, quiet. She said, "You think I cheat you? After everything? You don't trust me?" And man, that crushed me. So I gave in. Told myself it was just a formality. We were practically married already. I was doing the right thing, building a future. I transferred the money. She handled the paperwork. Everything was in her name. No lease, no agreement, no safety net.
So you just handed over $55,000 without your name signing the paper. This is what I'm talking about. These men that go over here, they're so desperate. I'm not trolling on this guy or anything like that, but he should have known better. You don't sign over no $55,000 to a woman that you don't even know. And plus she's putting it in her name. Maybe if it could be put in both of y'all name, maybe you had some legal, maybe you could have got something out of it. You know what I'm saying? But you handed over $55,000.
We moved in a week later. She decorated the place with cheap curtains and little fake plants. Made it feel like someone actually lived there. First couple weeks were great. She cooked, laughed, held my hand when we watched movies on my laptop. We even bought a dog, named him Lucky. But deep down, something didn't sit right. I remember lying in bed one night, staring at the ceiling fan, thinking, You just handed over 50 grand to a woman you've known less than a year. No contract, no backup plan. Are you out of your goddamn mind? I should have listened to that voice, but I didn't. I was too far in. Too in love? Too stupid.
See, too in love. Too in love. They don't love you, bro. They don't. They rate you as a 0. They're cold-blooded, man.
Stupid. It started like any other morning. Nin was up early, frying rice in the little kitchen, humming to herself while I sat outside with a cup of coffee and Lucky at my feet. She told me she had to go visit her mom in Buriram. Said her mother was feeling worse and needed help with something at the hospital. I offered to go with her. Hell, I'd never seen her hometown. She smiled and shook her head. Too far, only one night, I come back tomorrow. She packed a small bag, kissed me on the cheek, scratched Lucky behind the ears, and walked out the door like it was just another Tuesday. That was the last time I saw her. The next day, nothing.
Wow, nothing. Did you hear that? Nothing. She walked out of his life like he never even existed.
No texts, no calls. I figured maybe she was out of signal range. By day 2, I was getting nervous. By day 3, I was calling everyone. Her phone rang a few times, then started going straight to voicemail. I messaged her Line, Facebook, nothing. I called the massage shop. The woman who answered said Nin quit over a month ago, said she didn't know where she went. I tried calling her niece. She picked up, heard my voice, and hung up. Didn't answer after that. That's when the pit opened up in my stomach.
Yep.
I took a taxi to the townhouse.
$55,000.
Front gate was locked. Curtains drawn. No barking from Lucky. Just silence. I knocked. Waited. Nothing. Next day I came back and the locks were changed. I went to the district office to see what I could find out. And that's where I found out the house was no longer in her name. It had been sold.
She took the house and she flipped it. She sold the house to get the cash. That was the scam. He was scammed out of $55,000. He was scammed out of $55,000. And he ignored all the warning signs. But we all been scammed before. We all been scammed. But I'm just saying this to old retirees. Be careful.
Transferred and gone. Less than 2 weeks after I gave her the money, she'd flipped it.
Wow.
Cash sale. Completely legal. She didn't steal a damn thing. I gave it to her.
Wow.
I went to the police. Took a Thai friend with me to help explain. The cop behind the desk looked bored out of his mind. Flipped through my paperwork and said, "No crime, sir. You give her, not stealing." I asked about fraud, lies, something, anything. He looked me right in the eye and said, "Maybe she loved you before. Maybe not. But in law, she'd do nothing wrong." I walked out of that station in a daze. The sun was too bright, the noise too loud. I'd been in Thailand for less than a year, and I'd just lost everything.
He lost everything. He lost everything. $55,000 gone down the drain. But guys, you gotta see the warning signs before you sign your name on it. I would never sign my name on nothing. Ever. Nope. 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 And nope. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please give a like and subscribe. I appreciate it. I'll see you all on the next video. Be careful out there. Peace, family.